Hello everybody, welcome back to Creative Software Tutorial. My name is Sophal, and today we are going to continue off with the Halloween theme. And I decided to have this really awesome idea of combining, Halloween with voting. So as of now, the general election is just weeks away. So today is the 17th. So if we were to look at the date right here, November 3rd is literally 2 weeks and 3 days left. Okay, so I decided, between that time, I am going to devote all of my time to for the theme of voting and also Halloween. So it's awesome. So happy early Halloween. And today we are going to be doing a picture over text effect, which is in this case, as you can see in this one, it's kind of blend in with each other, which is kind of is the effect. So it's I voted. So yeah, so I casted my vote already like a week ago. So I decided, you know what, why not? So this is a good chance, and this is a Halloween theme. So let's get at it. If you've never been to my channel before, welcome. So this channel is called Creative Software Tutorials. So it used to be called Photoshop Magic. I decided to change the name so it's a little bit more broad. So as we go into the future, years into the future, I can do many other projects, creative projects with many different softwares. Okay. So yeah, so I also play chess too in this channel. And the goal is to be able to beat chess at the highest level of 10. And even though I won't be able to beat machine learning, artificial intelligence, it's fun. Okay, so yeah, so as of now, this channel focuses on Photoshop tutorials for basic and intermediate level. And yeah, so if you've never been to the channel before, welcome. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Or you can also wait until the end, push pause so you can actually have a chance to subscribe or ring that notification bell before it goes to a random video. Okay, so have all these disclaimers right here, the license attributions, all the pictures I use, it's all in the description below. Okay, so without further ado, we are just going to get started. Okay, so see right here we have a regular Photoshop image. So we're going to go to open and we are going to go to find our image. Okay, so I save it under this folder right here, and we are going to go to open up the first image. Okay, the very first thing that you want to do is we want to be able to open a brand new slate. Okay, so with just an empty background, we're just going to go to open. We're going to go to new. Okay, new instead. So in here, yours might look a little bit different. So mine has 1280 by 720 at 75 ppi. The reason why it's like that is because it is the perfect size for the YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so that's why I decided to go with that. So you can choose yours to be, any size that you want or any color. So mine is going to be orange. In this case, I can choose, any particular color I want, even transparent. But orange is the color of, Halloween. So I decided to go with that. Okay, so we're going to go to create. And our goal, again, our goal is to look like this. It looks amazing if I zoom in a little bit so you guys can actually see. So it's blending in, two images with the text, and it pops out of the text. And as you can see, like this section right here too, especially this ghost, it looks amazing. It looks like the ghost is like, you know, on top of the word I. And we have everything else under voted. Okay, so yeah, so let's get back to our Photoshop tutorial right here. Okay, so very first thing that we want to do is we want to create a text. Okay, so we're going to go to the text option right here. We're going to right click, and we are going to click on the very first one where it says horizontal type tool. We'll click on it, and then we left click, hold, and drag anywhere on the screen to be able to type in our text. And we want our text to be white. White, it looks the best when it comes to doing this type of effect. So we are going to left click, hold, and drag and change the color to white. Upper left click, hold, and drag until the upper left hand side right here. We're going to drag it out. Or I can just move this section right here. Yeah, let me move it down here a little bit. Perfect. So I can actually see the 3 bars right there. Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to click on OK. So obviously you want to be able to change your text, right? So now it's still highlighted. You just simply delete it and just type in what you need to type. So I vote it. Perfect. So as you can see, it looks quite small right now. We don't want it to be small, so we're going to left click on and drag it, highlight it. And the maximum for this one, unfortunately, is only 72, but you can make it even bigger than 72. So you can custom do it. So 72 is that big, so we can make it 200. Okay, so it seems like it disappears, but it didn't. It's just it's too big for this small area. So we are going to left click, hold, and drag when you see the two arrows right here. And there we have it, okay? So I'm gonna drag it until it conforms to the I voted letters right here, words, and then we're gonna click on the check mark. And now I can even make it even bigger, okay? So we can make it bigger by dragging it, okay? So what we're going to do, we're gonna make sure it's highlighted, and we are going to hold the control button down. We're gonna tap T, and this is the free transform tool. So what we're going to do with that is we are going to left click, hold, and drag to make it even bigger, just like so. Perfect. All right, and then yeah, once it's big enough, you can just leave it alone. I like it to be a little bit lower, so when we bring in our image, it actually stands out. Like you want, your image to pop out from a little bit right there, right? So I'm gonna click on the check mark. Before we do anything else, before we bring in the image, very important that we make our text stand out a little bit more by, making the outside of it pops out. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to right click on the text right here. We are going to click on blending options. Okay, it will bring in these options that we have right here, and you want to go to stroke. And when you click on this, you want to click on somewhere in the middle right here, not on the plus, not on the check mark right here, or the small box to check it. You want to click in the center. It will automatically check it, and it will give you this options right here. Okay, so all these options, and the option that you want, if not already, the position, you want to change the position to either outside. Outside is the best one. The reason why is because it doesn't cut into your text. If you go on the inside, if you click, change the sides, it's like it goes inward. It doesn't look as nice. So you want to click on outside, and then you can make it as big or as small as you want. So since we are blending in with, images, you don't want it to be too big. You want it to still look nice and but still pops out, so you can actually still read what that word is saying. So I like it between 10 and 15 to 16 also. So I'll change it to like 15. Originally it was 10. So I want to see, how big of a difference it makes. Okay, and obviously you can change the color of it too. So I think black works really well. So we're going to click on OK. And there you have it. Okay. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to bring in our image. And here, when you bring it in, it is a little bit locked. Okay, so you want to click on the, the lock right here to unlock it. And the next thing you want to do is, if you've never seen this done before, it can look a little bit strange. But if you click on the move tool right here, and then you can actually move it around. Our goal is to be able to left click, hold, and drag it to this other title right here. The moment that it hovers over that title, it's going to automatically changes to the other image, and you can just drag and drop. So I'm going to show it real quick. We're going to left click, hold, and drag to this title right here, which contain, I voted, and then you will see the plus sign, and then you can release. And depending on the quality of the image, it can be super big or super small. Okay, so now we can do the Control T, CTRL, bottom left, and then we can resize it by left click, hold, and drag. And we're gonna keep on dragging it. Now I'm pulling it upward. Now I'm gonna see the double arrows. We're gonna left click, hold, and drag it down, just like so. And you want it to be big enough to be able to cover your text, okay, but not too big. And if you're kind of unsure, the best part would be, the best thing that you can do would be to change the opacity. Make sure this is still highlighted. You change the opacity from 100 to about 50% or so. So now you can actually see both. It's like an X-ray vision, okay? So you can see both. As you can see right here, the text is a little bit bigger than our image right here, which we don't want. You want the image to be a little bit higher. And if you're having a hard time trying to get between the two, you can also use the arrow keys at the bottom left of the keyboard, and you can just, you see how it's moving little by little, just like so. And then we're going to click on that. And as I said it before, you want the image to pop out as much as possible. And right now it's covering too much. It's covering, this pumpkin right here. The ghost is hardly appearing. So, I don't want the image to cut out as much. So I'm going to put it like that. And I'm just going to move the I voted a little bit lower. So we're going to control T. And then we're just going to drag it down a little bit by using the arrow button, the down arrow. Okay, perfect. I think this looks nice. So we can actually still see the woman's face right here and the kid's face, and also the ghost, and also the dog, and everything that we want to keep. Okay, I think that looks perfect. So we're gonna move it a little bit to the left right here, trying to center it, and there you have it. So we're gonna click on the check mark. Okay, so now the most important part is we are going to, now that we're happy with the way it is, we're going to change the opacity back to 100. So make sure you click on the layer one again, which is that image right there. Change it from 52 to 100. And now what we have to do, so now, okay, I really just thought of this. Um, Before, it covers up the whole image that we have here, which I think looks a lot nicer because of the way of how big the text is or how small. So it seems like this text works really well. So I don't know what might have happened there because right now it's cutting out the bottom section right here. So what I'm gonna do, I don't want that to happen. So we are going to go back to the text. We're gonna do a Control T. We are going to let me just turn off the eye of the image right here real quick. We are going to make it a little bit shrunken. So to do that, we are going to hold the shift button down and I'm going to left click, hold and drag it to bring it in a little bit. You can still know what it is. So it still says I voted. It's just that it's not as proportional. If you don't hold the shift button while you drag it up, it's not gonna stay proportional. Okay. So the latest version of Photoshop, the way to make it not proportional is you hold the shift button while you drag it. Okay, perfect. So let's turn the this one back on, and I'm gonna change the opacity back to 50 or so. Oops, Control Z. Go to the layer. You want the layer to be opacity to be at 50. Okay. So this does not look as nice as I thought it would. So we're gonna shrink it even more. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the I vote. I voted, and we are going to Control T again. Hold the Shift button down, and I'm just gonna drag it down, just like so, until I see the kid's face right there, and also the woman's and the ghost. I think this looks better. So if we zoom in a little bit, you can actually see what I'm talking about. So when we make this part pop out, the ghost, you know, looks really nice where it's like it's barely popping out and you can still see the rest of the ghost right here too. So I think this looks the best, okay? So we're gonna click on the check mark right there. We're gonna zoom out. And now it's the fun part. So again, we're gonna go back to the layer right here. We're gonna make the opacity back to 100%. And now we need to right click on that image and we're gonna click on create a clipping mask, okay? So what that does is it conforms the image in the background to our text right here, which looks super amazing. Okay, and the next thing that we want to do is super important. Before you click on anything else, you don't want to click away and here. Okay, so 14 minutes passed already. I think it's better if I do a second video. I'll make this part one um, because it's gonna be too long. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. It really does help the channel a lot. The more likes I gets, the more that the YouTube algorithm will show to more people. And thank you very much for your support. I will see you on part two. Okay? All right.